ready.
Okay.
You know what? I'm back at the studio.
the home base.
Yep, I sure am.
Good. I like this better. I think it's good to be in the typical environment to do this.
Is it? I mean, I think that I liked the show last week. I enjoyed the Del Taco.
I mean, it was a good, change up, but I don't think it's something that is ultimately what we want to do all the time. I think having
I feel
consistency of the home bases here is ultimately what.
Yes, but I think that you have a lot of complaints as usual, Nick.
Well, I mean, what else would I do though? I mean, it's just the normal course of action.
That's normal. So,
right.
You know,
the audience has come to expect it.
Yes, but I will say that right now, I think that most people would suspect that as a mathematician, I probably would celebrate Pi Day.
I didn't know it was Pi Day.
You did know that?
I did.
Well, do you want to know what, Nick? I'm actually very much against Pi Day.
Okay.
And you know why? I'd like you to take a guess. Like, just take a wild guess of why somebody who's a mathematician might be against Pi Day.
Probably, my guess is although it is good and it brings attention to math as an interest, it's sort of a double-edged sword because it's like the one day of the year that people like over embellish that interest, but it doesn't have any consistency otherwise.
Well, you know what? I don't think that's well, I mean, that's actually a good point, Nick. I will admit that you made a good point for once.
Can I get a prize or something for that?
You know what? Yes, I actually will give you a prize for that.
Okay. All right.
I will say that you will get the prize when you least expect it, and it may be a booby prize.
Oh, so it's going to be the surprise is going to be a surprise, and it may not be a good one.
Yes. Now, I will say that the thing that I absolutely dislike about Pi Day the most is that it gives people the wrong idea that pi is 3.14 when it's not. It's approximately 3.14.
Correct.
So, in honor of approximately Pi Day, I brought some things that are approximately pi as our special treats tonight on the show. So,
look at those.
So I have a brownie. Would you agree a brownie is approximately pi?
No.
Well, I mean, I've seen some round brownies in a pan that look like they're trying to be pie when they're really not.
They're not. I mean, the truth of the matter is they're not pie.
So then you would agree that 3.14 isn't pi then? It's approximately pi.
It's approximately pi. I mean, it depends on how you define approximate.
So that's my whole point, is that I think that they are approximately saying that, you know what, they're giving kids false hope that pi is 3.14 when it's really not. So would you agree that, well, I have some of Lisa's oatmeal cookies. Would you agree that that's approximately pi?
No.
Well, I mean, pie is sometimes circular and it's sweet.
Again, it depends on until you offer up your definition of pi. I think it's difficult to say what is approximately pi and what is not.
Well, exactly. So this could be approximately pi.
I mean, without having a definition of approximation in this case, I suppose
exactly
all of those things could be pi.
So that's what I mean. Like, I think that people saying that 3.14 is equal to pi is ludicrous.
It's true. But John, 7 years ago, it was a little
like
more.
It was 4 and 7 years ago, Nick.
7 years ago, it was a little more accurate.
Well, what I will say is, I also
actually,
brought
John,
some.
How many decimals can you recite from memory pi?
You know what, Nick? I don't want to even remotely even say that I can do that, but I do give my students a chart of the first 1,000 digits of pi and tell them they probably should try to memorize it at some point in their life just for
Okay,
fun.
but how many do you know
I
from
don't
straight
know
memory?
very many at all, like because
Can you get to at least 10?
oh no,
Can you get to it
yeah,
10?
okay, I'll give you the first 10 digits in order from least to greatest. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Wait, I don't understand what you just did.
See, like that's exactly my point, Nick.
You didn't
Is
make a point.
that because pi is infinitely long, infinitely long number of digits. If you put them in all of the digits of pi in order from lowest to highest, the first 10 digits would be zeros.
Oh, I see what you're
So,
saying.
I recited 10 digits of pi right there. I didn't tell you
Okay.
which 10 they
So
were.
how many can you recite 10 actually in order though? Starting from the decimal?
Well, you know what? Starting from the decimal point, probably not, but I can give you a random string of 10 numbers that's somewhere in pi.
In order?
Somewhere.
In order or randomly?
Yeah, in order.
In order.
Yeah, like 3, 2, 4, 1, 6, 5, 7, 8,
Oh, so
9. Like
you're just
somewhere in pi,
yeah,
somewhere those
you're
digits are
banking on
probably
if you go
somewhere.
far enough out, you will find that series of
Yeah,
numbers in that
exactly.
order.
That's why I think it's exactly my point that I think that trying to tell kids that pi is 3.14 is false.
I mean, you
So
could
you
just
want
say
to know what else
pi.
that's approximately pi that I brought on the show, Nick?
Sure.
Some bourbon butter cake. Would you say that's approximately pi? It has walnuts in it, bourbon.
No, but it sounds approximately very good.
Yeah, exactly. That's my whole point. And I I really feel like this is a bunch of fake news when people are telling everyone that pi is 3.14 when it's really not.
So, in your opinion, do you think Pi Day should be a different day than March
No, I
14th?
think Pi Day is a scam.
So you think there should be no Pi Day?
Yeah, I don't think that there should be at all.
But what if people just actually referred to it as pi and not tried to actually describe it numerically?
Well, you know what? Then let me make Pi Day on 2/27, since some people say that well, actually, what is it? Like they say that 22/7. So if you say it's on 2/27, all of those digits are in there somewhere. So you might as well call that Pi Day.
Let's see. I want to see how close
So that's
to
my thought about all of this, is that it's a scam, it's a farce, and people need to watch their back because no
20
one's telling you the truth.
22 divided by 7 it's only accurate to 2 decimal points.
Well, that's my whole point, Nick, is that 3.14 is only accurate to 2 decimal places.
Okay.
So you might as well celebrate Pi Day on 2/27. So who's telling the truth now? I mean, that's my whole point.
Is that it's a farce?
Yeah, it's a farce. It's fake news, and Pi Day just is. You know what? All right, think about this. If you're driving down a bridge, Nick, would you like to have an engineer who calculated the measurements using 3.14 or using pi?
Well, depending I mean, I guess all those calculate, I mean, the latter of the two.
Yeah, exactly.
Ideally.
So
Yeah.
you know the number of students in my classes who are going to be engineers who actually think that pi is 3.14.
Well, do they actually think that, or
Oh yeah,
when
they
they're
absolutely do.
oh well, I mean
They
that's
absolutely do,
but
because
I
it was
think
fake
I think you
news that the
have
media
to
is trying to get people to believe that pi is 3.14.
well, in my opinion, if students that are college age students like your students are under the belief that pi legitimately equals exactly 3.14, I think you have to place some of that responsibility on the education system prior to getting to your class.
Well, then that's my whole point, is that it just needs to it's all a farce. It needs to go away.
Well, no, I'm not blaming students misinformation about pi on Pi Day. I'm blaming it more so on the education system that taught them what pi was in the first place, whatever grade that was, ninth or 10th grade.
I'm actually blaming it on the educational system. Are you kidding me?
That's what I said. It's way more the educational system than Pi Day.
Oh my. All right. Well, what, Nick?
I like how your default is to disagree with me, but in that case, we agreed. But like you could see your tendency was ready to rock and roll to disagree with me, but you couldn't do it because
Nick.
you actually did agree.
Okay. The struggle is that real.
It was for a moment there because you really wanted to jump on my case, but lo and behold, it was a time that we were both saying the same thing.
Well, you know what, Nick? What I will say is I have something special for today.
Okay.
And I think will brighten everyone's mood because you know what? Like the official meteorological start to spring was March 1st, I think. And so I felt in the spring like mood, especially after daylight saving time began and it was a little bit brighter outside today.
Yeah.
And so I actually, I swept out my garage today and did a whole bunch of springtime sort of things. Good. And so I have a very spring-like opening credits for today. You don't look impressed, Nick.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I mean, you did some housekeeping stuff. I don't know. I mean,
well, it's time for the opening music.
Give me like a round of applause for that.
What a time to be alive!
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know why this isn't.
Welcome to Funniest Part of My Name, a podcast about math and Korean culture. For information about our podcast, please visit our new website at www.funnypodcastdetroit.com.
The butterflies and the flowers and the allergies that come with it.
It's not technically spring yet.
Well, that's what I am trying to explain.
I mean, it felt very spring. It felt very spring today, but according to the calendar, it's not. We're not quite there.
Oh, it is the meteorological spring at the moment.
So wait, what's meteorological? I'm not familiar with what that actually includes.
So meteorological spring, that is the spring that always starts on March 1st and always ends on May 31st.
Okay. So obviously the dates are different than I guess what's so the spring that starts on like March 21st.
That's based off, I think, of the moon cycles and things.
Okay, so the lunar cycle.
Meteorological spring is always March 1st through May 31st.
I'm interested, so the one is called the meteorological seasons, and the other one I'm not sure.
Yeah, the other one is astronomical spring.
But they're both astronomy.
That
somewhat late,
astronomical spring isn't actually. So I want to correct myself because I did agree with you when I shouldn't have. It's actually based off of the Earth's rotation around the sun and not off of the lunar cycles. And so that's astronomical spring. And then meteorological spring, the reason why it's March 1st through May 31st, a set period of dates every year, is because it's based off of the standard behavior of annual temperature cycles. So meteorologists have studied at some point the cycles of the temperatures every year and determined that March 1st through May 31st should be spring based off of the temperatures. So the fact that you said it felt like spring today is exactly right, because that's what the meteorologists want you to believe.
According to that. Okay. So it's almost.
So you're right, Nick. You're verifying why meteorological spring is actually a better way to describe things than the astronomical spring, because if it hits June 1st and you have a really, really hot day in June, then you're not feeling like it's still spring. You're feeling like summer has hit us early.
That's true.
The meteorologists say that it's already summer.
Yeah, because I
believe in the meteorologist, and you know what? I appreciate all the hard work you do.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, all right.
Because I wouldn't want to do that job and be complained at that I got the forecast wrong.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. See, so there you go, Nick.
But I suppose that's probably the case with a lot of jobs that involve forecasting something. Like if you get it right, you look like a hero. But if you get it wrong, you look like God knows what. So did you
know that it is actually Learn About Butterflies Day, or in other words, National Butterfly Education Day?
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah, so you know what? Doesn't it feel like it would be a good day to learn about butterflies?
Yeah, today, because it was so nice out. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. And you know what I had to do because it was so nice outside, Nick? So there's been a big snow pile in my front yard, and the snow pretty much finally melted. And there was trash under the snow that I had to go and pick up today.
Okay.
Very disappointing.
I don't know what you want me to do about it.
You know what? I'm going to eat some of the butter cake.
Wait, where did you get that?
Kentucky.
Oh, you bought it down there?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any for me?
Well, no, but you know what?
Come on.
If you're free on, let's see, when is this? Saturday, April 2nd. I do have a ticket for you to go to a Motor City Cruise game with me.
What is Motor City Cruise?
Oh my. Well, so if you had to guess, what would you say you think Motor City Cruise is, Nick?
April 2nd.
Oh boy. This is going to be good. What do you think? Like, what type of activity do you think it is, Nick?
I'm thinking because it's April 2nd.
Oh boy.
It could be baseball, but I have my doubts that it is.
Oh my. No, Motor City Cruise is the Detroit Pistons G League affiliate.
Oh.
And so they play at the Wayne State Fieldhouse. And so it's actually their first season because they were maybe it's their second season. I don't remember. First or second season. And now I will say that, you know what? They used to be the Grand Rapids Drive, and now they're the Motor City Cruise. And I have 4 tickets, and I'm giving one to you if you like to come to the game, Nick.
Okay.
So
I don't know yet, but.
Well, I will say that I got these for free, but that's because I went to the Detroit Pistons autograph event over the weekend, and that's what they were giving me for free. So
good.
That was a great event.
It was.
Now,
all right, you got to hold down the fort for 2 minutes. I got to go put my mouse trays back in.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
So now, Lisa, I will say that I got your gift. So thank you very much. I want to actually say thank you live on the show. So what happened is that when Lisa was over at my house a couple of weeks ago, maybe like a week and a half ago, to make the cookies, that I somehow misplaced my measuring spoons and I could not find them and had to go to the dollar store to buy more. And so Lisa sent me some measuring spoons and said, put these in a safe spot. The struggle is real. So those are definitely going in a safe spot. So thank you very much, Lisa, for those. And then I will say that Rachel, Nick gave me your gifts, and I thought that they are so nice that I wanted to show everyone what they look like. And so this was one of the very, very nice envelopes that Rachel gave me.
Oh, yes.
And
What was in that one?
so, yeah, because Nick was not paying attention, Nick does not know. And it was actually some very, very beautiful Year of the Tiger decor and some, well, I'm not going to show it on the air, but it was actually taco money. Money to buy tacos.
Yeah.
So it was taco money. So I have taco money in this envelope. So you know what? Tomorrow is Taco Tuesday, and so
It is. You should go get
that's
tacos
what
with that
I'm
money.
going to do to get my next taco.
I think you should go get some high quality tacos.
Yeah, and then this second envelope actually had a $2 bill in it. So $2 bills are some of my lucky, very, very lucky, let's see. Yeah, lucky things that I just really do think that $2 bills are lucky. But all right, on a related note to what Rachel sent me, have you seen these before, Nick? So the post office put out some lunar
they're stamps.
This year, and they're very, very beautiful, actually.
They are. Wow, those are great.
So I thought that it was impressive that the post office had something so nice.
You picked those up at a local post office?
Yeah, and they didn't have very many of these sheets of stamps left. And so if anyone still wants them, I'm sure that you can go up to your post office and get some still.
Wow. I mean, yeah.
Yes. And so
I assume you walked up to the counter to get those.
I did. So Rachel did make a good point that there is a guitar pick in one of the envelopes, and I actually
guitar pick for who?
For me.
But you don't know how to play guitar.
But I do. And so
can you go play then? Can you go get it and play for us?
Well, no, it said be sweet to me.
Good. I think it would be sweet if you played the guitar for us live.
Well, you know what, Nick? I don't think that's possible.
Why?
But I will say that.
Why is that not possible? That's ludicrous.
Well, that's okay. Just like Pi Day.
It's not okay. I'm not okay with that.
So you know what? Just like Pi Day, Nick. So now, you know what else is coming up this week? It's St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
yeah.
So I have just a message for everyone, like Happy St. Patrick's Day. There you go.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I do play guitar. That is true, Nick.
Can you?
And Rachel can vouch for me that my guitar playing is very good.
Can you give us a demonstration?
Oh, I think right now.
I think the audience wants to see it.
Well, you know what the audience really wants to see, Nick. Do you know my Me Muhan character, right?
Yes, I do.
And so I finally was able to get somebody to make the yarn Me Muhans.
Oh, wow. Where'd you get that?
So I actually had them custom made.
Oh.
And so I had the pattern that I bought from somebody who had a pattern to make them, but I couldn't actually make them myself. And so I think that the person who made these did a very good job, actually.
Am I able to get one of those?
Well, yes, you can now that she knows how to make them.
Okay. It's not somebody that I know, is it? I'm assuming.
No, it's actually one of the vendors at the Royal Farmers Market who's there every Saturday, and her name is I do. Oh boy, that Rachel.
That's all right.
Something, but anyway.
Okay.
All I can say is that I handed the pattern over to her. and she says that anyone who comes and asks for a Mimuhan, like she charges $20 to $25, like, which I think is very nice for a handmade thing. Yeah, and it supports a
That's fine.
artist. I
more
think
than
it's
happy
really
to-
like, I really think that this Mimuhan character, like a yarn made one.
No,
why
I want.
not?
Can you have one made for me, and then
Well,
I can.
it's anything's a possibility. Yep,
Okay.
anything's a possibility, Nick.
Okay.
That's all I can
All
say.
right.
So
All right.
now I'm going to say something like, since I was talking about dogs, have you seen one of these, Nick?
No, what is that? A piece
The
of
look on your
foam?
face says it all.
Is it
So-
a sponge that looks like a dog
Now, all
bone?
I will say is this is not a promotion for this product.
Okay.
But if this company wants to sponsor the podcast, you can email us at funnypodcastdetroit@gmail.com, and we would love your sponsorship. But what I will say is that this is one of the most amazing products I've ever had, because you just use it to wipe the dog hair or cat hair or anything off of any surface, carpet, car seats, wherever, couches, and the hair just comes right up. I'm telling you, like,
I would love to see a demonstration of this,
Well,
because
you
I've
know
lived
what?
with
I
enough
don't have
pets to
any
have enough pet
pets.
hair around to know that
you know what?
it's a pretty
So
tall task to
the
clean that
next
stuff up.
time that Angela is over to my place, I will do a demonstration in her car,
Oh, okay.
because she has a ton of dog hair in her car that
Okay.
needs to be cleaned up. And this, I guarantee that this works, because I've used it at 2 different homes, and on one chair that had not had the cat hair taken off of it in probably 10 years. It was so caked full of cat hair that this just like cleaned it right clean. And oh my. Yep.
Okay. I'm curious.
That's
to
all I
see
can
it.
say.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just curious
That's
to
all
see
I can say.
I'm just curious to
is
see a
that
demo
this
on
was,
this.
and
I don't.
it's
I won't
called
believe it until I
a-
see it in action.
It's called a no bones about it sponge. No bones about it. So any pet owners out there, oh my, that's what you need. You need to get one of these out and wipe everything down for your guests who have allergies like me.
Okay. I again, I'm curious to see this in
Yeah,
action. I want to
I'm
see
curious
the demo.
too. Well, actually,
I've
used it before.
I have my apprehensions about it, but I'm willing enough that I want to see it in action to see if it can actually hold its worth.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't it, Nick?
Just because I know how difficult it is to tidy up pet hair, because I've had enough pets in my life.
Yeah, and I've had enough pets. I know that this is a quality product.
You don't have pets.
Well, I've had pets when I grew up as a kid. My
Oh, you
mom
did?
had cats,
Oh, I didn't know
and
that.
I almost died because I'm deathly allergic to cats. But you know what? I survived my childhood. It was like playing Russian roulette every day. I didn't know if the cat would kill me one day.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
All right.
So this thing would have saved me as a kid.
To some extent, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure of it. I mean, I wouldn't have the type of problems I have today with being
but
around pets if I
it's
would
not
have had
actually the
one
hair.
of these no bones about it sponges as a kid.
It's not actually the hair though that incites people's allergies. It's the dander.
Well, you know what? Dander spander, Nick.
I mean, granted, dander's all over the hair, and the more hair you can pick up, the more you're eliminating dander presence.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But it does
So
find
you
its
agree
way
with
into
me
things that even
that-
if you remove the hair, the dander, like fabric and fabric upholstered
Oh my.
furniture and carpeting.
Oh my, Nick. So, you know what, Nick? I think that it's almost time for a break, because
Okay.
we have lots of other
Are we gonna do a spin the wheel tonight?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But you know what? As always, there's lots of other great things.
Can we sometime soon get back to either a weekly trivia or a weekly break the car or something
Oh yeah,
like that
there will be trivia, Nick. Don't worry.
tonight?
Oh yeah, don't worry, Nick.
Okay, all right. It's been a while since we had
Don't
legitimate
worry,
trivia
Nick. Like,
session, so
I feel like
okay.
you will be having lots of questions to answer after this break.
Okay, all right.
What a time to be alive, Nick.
I hope so.
What a time to be alive.
We'll find out after the break. What's with the chips?
Well, I would like to tell you it's National Potato Chip Day, Nick. I don't think you prepared for that.
I did not know, so you're right. I did not come prepared. I could go for some chips right now. I don't eat chips very often, but I could use some right now.
You have a favorite type of chip, Nick?
I'm a salt and vinegar kind of person.
Oh my. No.
You know, I like to really
can't do it.
Push the limits with my heartburn.
I can't do it.
No.
But I did bring my favorite potato chip of pretty much all time to the show tonight.
All right, hold it up, please.
So it is Better Made Sweet Barbecue. You know why?
It's okay. It's a little too sugary for me, though. I like barbecue, but not a little more of like the smokier barbecue taste. I don't like when it's real sugary.
So you know what?
They're not bad though.
You know why I like these? Because they remind me of summer barbecues.
They do, yeah.
As a kid, you would have the hamburgers hot off the grill and the hot dogs, and then you would have Better Made Sweet Barbecue chips, along with corn on the cob, and then corn on the cob and
grilled corn on the cob.
Oh yeah, of course, grilled corn on the cob. And I'm not a potato salad type of person, but oh my.
Okay.
I would eat some potato salad if it were here probably. But let's go for some Better Made chips.
Do you like the Better Made spicy barbecue?
Well, I can't say that I don't, but I will say that the sweet barbecue is a favorite in my home.
Okay, so you prefer the sweet barbecue over the spicy barbecue?
Yes. Okay. But like Better Made has like 5 different barbecue flavored chips.
Yeah. It's hard to find all of them though.
The southern, like I think there's like Sweet Heat. There's Original Barbecue.
Where can you find some of those like alternative ones? I
Meyer.
Only Meyer, really?
So here we go. So
okay.
Meyer has a very good selection of them.
Okay. I don't go to Meyer that often, but next time I'm there, I'll have to.
Yeah. So you know what these would be really good with is some of Lisa's baby back ribs.
I don't know about eating barbecue chips if I'm already eating barbecue. I would rather have other sides
to do it, Nick,
to kind of mix up the taste palette.
You know what needs to be mixed up, Nick, is my soju. So
what
I have not gotten to the soju yet.
That peach, I think.
Yeah, so I haven't had peach in a while.
Okay.
So let's see. We have let's see what this peach soju tastes like. I mean, like I can't say that I haven't had it before, but you know what, Nick? Gombe.
Did you just say you've never had it before?
No, I said I can't say that I haven't.
Okay. I was like, I've definitely had peach soju with you prior.
Oh, well, that's for sure, Nick. That's for sure. So, yeah, so Lisa's ribs, I'm ready for those.
Okay. I've never had them, but I imagine they're good.
I haven't either, but you know what? That's okay. And I will say that, you know what, Nick? It's time for
trivia.
Yeah, but
or some kind of questionnaire.
Yeah, I will say that it is time for all new trivia.
Ooh, okay.
Actually, you know what? Have you ever played any Jackbox games?
Not since I was maybe 7.
I don't think that's how it works.
Then I must not be understanding what you're referencing.
Well, what types of games do you think that like Jackbox games are?
Wait, what's a jackbox? Like
Oh
a jack
no,
in the
what's
box?
a Jackbox? Oh my. What's a Jackbox? Oh my. Well, I will say that I actually learned about Jackbox like a couple of years ago, maybe, but I just hadn't played any of them. And while they're pretty fun games to play as groups, and you know what, Rachel, we should have a Jackbox Zoom night, like just a game night, and then see like how many questions Nick gets wrong. You know, like that would be great. We can play Quiplash and
What the hell is
how many Nick gets wrong. Actually, I do
probably
like
all of them.
I like Fibish. Nick, do you know what Steam is?
Steam?
Oh, the look on your face says it all.
As in vaporized water? Or is there an alternative?
The look on your face says it all.
It probably did.
Oh my. I don't even know what to say. Like who doesn't have a Steam account, Nick?
Oh. Okay. I don't have one, but
yeah,
okay. Now I know.
Yeah, like what do you think they're gonna sing? Like, do you think this is like one of those 4D computer things where they, you know, like how they have little computers that will send certain scents out your way? And what do you think this is? It's like that the computer is going to start spraying vaporized water at you? I don't know what to say.
If it's a hot day and the water's cold, then sure, but
oh my.
or maybe if I'm trying to like very rapidly
you thought Steam is
de-wrinkle a shirt.
Vaporized water. Oh, you know what though? Hold on.
Are you pulling out your steamer?
Just for the record, everyone, I have a steamer here in my home.
I should get one of those because it's a heck of a lot easier than ironing. I mean, it doesn't work for everything, but it does a pretty darn good job.
Then the steam will come out of here, and then it does actually get the wrinkles out of the clothes very, very well. So it was maybe like $40. So worth the investment, Nick. But this isn't the type of steam that we were talking about.
Wait, how much did that cost you?
Like $40 or so.
Really? That was it?
Yeah.
For a branded one like that? Wow.
Yeah, and so I will say that it actually the whole handle goes up so that you can put your clothes right here on a hanger. Wow. And then
but there's no way that was only $40.
Yeah, only about $40. So
how long? Like 10 years ago?
Well, maybe I have had it that long. So
I mean, if you told me that thing was like $150, I'd still say, all right, that seems fair.
Well, I think that I may have. You're right. I probably have had it about 10 years now, but it hasn't. It's still working.
Well, let me see. You know,
it's still working.
We have this thing called the internet.
I would go for a steamer any day, and this is Conair brand. And,
yep. All right. I'm looking it up now.
And just so that you know, like I have a Conair hairbrush.
You know what, John? They're really not that much more. I'm seeing a similar Conair brand product. It's like $70.
That Conair is maybe we should get Conair to sponsor the show. Nick, what do you think? Conair, if you're out there, you can email us at funnypodcastdetroit@gmail.com.
I mean, for what looks to be a very
Yeah, I
Excellent
use all your
product.
products, Connor. I use your hairbrushes. I use your steamers, and you know what? I've
You
even
really
bought
you use their hairbrush?
yeah, like I do, like just like this.
Oh, I would have thought you were more of a comb guy.
Well, you know what? I really thought that I was until I met the hairbrush.
Oh, okay. Whatever works. I mean, your
Well,
hair
the
always looks
hairbrush-
on point. So
Oh my! So I will say the hairbrush is well. I would say that Angela has a similar hairbrush because everyone I know has almost the same hairbrush because everyone buys it at Meijer.
it's
But
not me. I don't
So-
use a hairbrush. I use a comb.
yeah. So what do you think, Nick? It's probably time for some more soju.
It is, and then after that, it's time for some trivia, or
So,
whatever this new
let's see.
trivia is.
Well, I mean, like you failed the first question. You didn't know what steam is.
Oh, I didn't realize we had started. Okay.
So, yeah. So, Nick, that's minus 500 points.
Yeah. Well, what else is new?
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, minus 500 is not bad at all, considering some of the amounts you've deducted in the past.
Yeah. But I mean, I can't believe you thought that steam was vaporized water.
Is it not?
No.
Oh,
Like, okay. So, let me Google this. What is steam? So, well, you know what? This is how wrong you are, Nick.
okay. I'm listening.
Because when I ask what is steam,
Yeah.
I'm going to show you what comes up on Google, and it's Steam software right here.
Hmm.
So
What
Nick,
if you
should have
type?
known.
What if you type it? What if you just type in the word Steam by itself?
Well, let's see what happens.
Why did you take it off the screen?
Well, because I want you to see what happens, and here's what happens, Nick. It's actually still the first result.
What if you type Steam into dictionary.com?
All right, so let's see, dictionary.com. So dictionary.com, and we type in Steam, and well, what? Oh, and of course, transcendental is the dictionary.com word of the day because they actually are trying to perpetuate Pi Day some more. So, what can I say? Oh, all right. So this is actually interesting, Nick.
Okay, I'm listening.
It is, well, I guess according to them, if you are, well, I'm looking at all, they have 22 different definitions of steam on dictionary.com.
What's the first one?
The first one is water in the form of an invisible gas or vapor.
Okay.
So close, Nick.
It's not always invisible though,
Well, why would you say that?
because you can, like, when you respirate outside when it's cold, it's visible.
I wouldn't
And-
call that steam, Nick.
That's technically steam. It's
Oh,
vaporized
no.
water.
Okay. See, it's getting steamy in here.
Okay.
I had to take off the jacket.
Oh boy, he's disrobing, folks.
Yeah.
You may want
It's
to.
getting steamy.
You may want
in
to cover
here.
your
That's another
children's
use
eyes
of the
here.
word. It's getting steamy in here.
Yeah, cover your children's eyes, everyone. It's. I mean, it's late and they should probably be in bed anyways. But
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
All right, more trivia questions, John. We're not
Oh.
doing a very good job with this.
well,
You've only
no,
asked me one so
I
far.
feel like you really you got another one wrong. Okay, so
What was the other one? I don't remember a second one.
well, okay, so give me another meaning of steam, Nick. Give me.
Oh, to be like angry or upset.
Okay, so that's on the list. Yeah, fans are still steaming from Monday night sloppy 5-4 loss. That's one of the definitions of steam.
Okay, all right. What do I get for that one being correct?
Well, nothing.
Oh, come on. What I work so hard to get one right like once every 3 months and I get nothing.
Yep, nothing. Because it wasn't one of the top 10 answers. It was number 12.
Oh, come on.
Yep, the rules are you had to give one of the top 10 definitions.
Well, you didn't say that.
Well, you know what, Nick? It was in the fine print.
You didn't show me the fine print, though.
Well, you know what? I did, but your vision is bad. You didn't see it.
That is true. It's always a possibility with me and my very poor eyesight.
Yeah, let's see. So let me see. So let me give you some like random fine print, Nick.
All right.
Are you ready for this?
Sure.
Yeah, here. Just let me see. So I'm trying to show it to you, but I'm having a little bit of an issue. So let me see where the technical difficulties are real, Nick. But here is the fine print, Nick. So I'll give you a second to read it. So do you see it, Nick? Did you get it? That was the fine print.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
plenty of time.
Yeah, I can't believe this.
Yeah, I had so much time that I was able to read it, take a nap, make myself a sandwich, and then read it one more time.
Like that's how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so that's awfully generous.
So now, tell me one thing that the fine print said, and this will be worth an entire bourbon cake.
For who?
For you.
Do you have one to give me?
Oh, yeah.
What's the size of a whole one?
Like 5 by 7.
5. So can you show me with your hands a rough dimension?
Yeah, 5 by 7. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So it's like a small, like a loaf bread, kind of like a coffee cake, kind of.
Yeah, kind of
rectangular pan shape. Okay. Where'd you go?
Now, you know what, Nick? Speaking of
is that it right
breads, there? Speaking of loaf breads, I have some of Lisa's cinnamon bread here. Oh my!
Is any of that for me?
Well, you know what? Maybe, but
maybe.
Oh my!
Hey, can I think you should stop eating this food in front of me, and then not ensuring me that I can have some.
Oh, this is delicious.
I bet it is.
Well, thank you again, Lisa. The cinnamon bread. Oh my!
Thank you, John, for just dangling it in front of me like this.
Oh wow!
I can see he's getting entertainment value out of torturing me.
Absolutely delicious.
All right. Can I answer the question now?
Yeah. Okay. So for one entire cake, Nick, what was something in the fine print?
It said, disclaimer, Pi Day is fake news.
Oh, so close. What it said is that...
Can you just put it back on the screen now?
Well, no, I'm going to tell you.
I already answered the question, so it's irrelevant now.
Yeah. This is some of the worst fine print.
Well, why don't you put it up on the screen again so everyone else can get the benefit of whatever entertainment value you're getting?
Well, okay, so here we go. So, like, it's talking about.
Oh, I can't. You're cutting off too much. It's too big. Too big.
What? Yeah, okay. Talking about the 1800s. And
wait, scroll back to the top.
The blood moon.
What?
Yeah, I'm actually like.
What actually is
the
this?
highlights for everyone?
What actually is this, though?
It's a fine 10% for love sacks.
Oh, sectionals. Wow, that's clever.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't this great?
Do they actually make good furniture, or is it kind of a gimmick?
Matt has one.
That didn't answer the question, though.
Well, I will say that Matt has one.
Is it any good or is it a gimmick?
Well, I think it's a gimmick.
Okay.
So what can I say? Like,
You
but
don't have to say any more.
it's definitely a gimmicky company. Like if they put out fine print looking like this.
That's true.
What a time to be alive, Nick.
Yeah.
So
Can we get one more trivia question before we end the trivia, or are we still going?
By the way, Nick, so let me ask you this. This is who won this week's Korean presidential election?
Oh, I don't know.
No. What? Who won it, Nick?
I don't know. I wasn't following.
Well, why weren't you following it?
Because I don't live there.
Well, I will say that this was a pretty controversial election.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, seriously though, Nick, it really was. And so
who is the winner determined?
Yeah, it was Yoon Seok Yeol.
And who was the or how many other candidates were there?
A lot, but I will say that what happened is that the two major candidates were Lee Jae-myung and Yoon Seok Yeol, and Yoon was part of essentially Korea's Republican Party and has, well, I think he won by only like a couple of thousand of votes. And it was really, really close.
Is their election just by straight popular?
That's a good question.
That's all right. That's all right.
That's a really good question because I wasn't following it to that extent, because all I know is that Gangnam actually was the part of Seoul that went essentially Republican, and the rest of Seoul.
So is
Democratic.
The Republican Party there? Is it similar to the Republican Party here? In terms of like their platforms and stuff.
Essentially, but what I will say though is that this party actually didn't exist until a couple of years ago because it was a combination of three other former parties.
Okay.
So, when they realized that they didn't have a chance to win against the Democratic Party, you can so the new party is closer to like the UST party than a Republican Party.
Okay.
So,
and is the Democratic Party over there similar to the Democratic Party here?
Yeah, for the most part, more progressive than like the other parties. But you know what I really would like, Nick, is not a Tea Party, not a Democratic Party, not a Republican Party, but a Soju Party.
Soju Party.
Yep. So Gombe. A Soju Party. Yep. So now, we haven't had a lot of Korean news in a while. So
no, we haven't had, we have been kind of, I think we should get back a little bit more to like our original themes and topics from week, Nick, like a year ago. I kind of missed that stuff.
Scientists in South Korea. Well, what do you know about Alzheimer's, Nick? Because it seems like sometimes, you forget certain parts of like pop culture, like what is steam?
No, I'm not forgetting. I just never knew.
Okay, so not
you can't forget what you don't know.
But yeah, I can't. Maybe like you had too much steam. You inhaled too much steam as a kid, and that's what made you forget.
You never know.
Maybe that's what it is. Nick.
I'm not ruling it out.
Yeah, I'm not ruling it out either because I'm not a doctor. I couldn't make that call.
And the other thing too is we don't know if it was water vapor steam. It could have been something else.
Oh yeah, like it could be the soju fumes. Like
it could have been that. It could have been some kind of other
diesel
reactive material that was vaporizing.
So what do you know about Alzheimer's, Nick?
I mean, not more than just like an elemental. That it's a neurological degenerative disease that's often genetic origin. And causes.
So the good news
obviously,
is this week, Nick, guess what? This is really, really good news.
Is it Alzheimer's Awareness Week or something?
Well, no, it's just that scientists in South Korea have managed to treat mice with Alzheimer's by using the CRISPR gene editing tool to edit one of the genes associated with Alzheimer's out of the mice.
So now, is this discovery, is it halting the Alzheimer's or is it reversing the Alzheimer's?
So it actually, you know what, like it's hard to tell because it is, it's mice, and you can't ask them really. But
yeah, but you can still put sensors in to like monitor, neurological
and I will say, Nick,
psychological functions, brain function.
Find out that by cutting this gene out of, so the South Korean scientist at Dongguk University found out that when this gene was cut out of the mice, then their memory and cognitive functions were actually improved. But again, like, it's hard to
improve. Okay, so it's
so it's hard to say by how much.
Well, right, but but that would, to me, that's evidence that there is some level of reversal of the condition. Then, if you're calling it improved, well, yeah. I mean, in my book, if just stopping something's progress, that's not an improvement. You actually have to go the opposite direction.
But though, here's the issue though. In the article that I have, it's from at Dongguk University, directly from the university, and it says that the caution is that once somebody's genes have been edited, it cannot be undone. So gene editing can't be undone. So if for some reason you had your genes edited and you had an approval in your Alzheimer's, but it caused you to maybe, that gene editing caused you to have some other function that you now became more aware of that you had missing, then you won't be able to go back.
Isn't the process of suffering and enduring Alzheimer's technically a form of gene editing in itself, though?
But see, that's my whole point, though, is that if right, I have Alzheimer's and my memory is going bad, and Alzheimer's is knowing people who have died from with Alzheimer's and dementia. It's one of these things where it's worse for the people who are seeing the other person suffer.
Yeah, that's a lot of truth to that.
The thing is that if my loved one actually had Alzheimer's, but actually not it got improved, but not enough to actually, say, forget that they had it, then would I want that for them? No, I want them to forget it altogether.
That's a tough call. I mean, I think that's one of those things where it's very case by case.
You
really need to know exactly.
I can't forget, Nick, is to take another shot of soju. I won't ever forget that, Nick.
Yeah, I think if you end up with any level of Alzheimer's, no matter how bad it gets, that's the one thing that you'll always remember.
You think I won't always remember that?
Oh yeah. I mean, you may lose all other memory and cognitive function, but I solemnly believe that
Nick,
you will still remember to take your soju.
Yeah, if you're around and I have Alzheimer's, just remember to bring me a bottle of soju every day. So just bring it right to the hospice for me.
I suppose at that point,
I'd appreciate that.
The extra neurological damage from the alcohol consumption is irrelevant. So, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair. All right.
Yeah. So just remember that.
As long as I'm not suffering from my own Alzheimer's, I mean, if my own memory serves me, then absolutely, that's a fair deal.
Yeah. So I was actually going to say a little bit about like Korea's response to what's going on in Ukraine and talk about some of the stories of a couple of Koreans who are living in Ukraine right now. But unfortunately, we're out of time.
Well,
Nick.
we can talk about that next week.
Yeah, we can talk about that.
That's still going to be a
week.
topic of
but
discussion.
I do
in
think
news,
that it's important to sort of like acknowledge the solidarity that we can all have together.
Yeah, no, I think that'll be good to say for next week because we're trying to get back into sharing a little bit more Korean news in these episodes.
We have
so
lots of news.
That's a good segue for next week.
I do want to say that I don't want to diss Pi Day too much. Although I still think
because you spent the whole first 10 minutes of the show berating it.
So I did bring a choco pie to the show.
Oh, but that's a different kind of pie. Now, wait, John, what if they changed Pi Day to PIE Day?
Well,
would that be a game changer then?
Well, this choco pie is a game changer.
I'm not a huge fan of choco pies. They're okay.
Oh my.
That kind of dessert's not my favorite.
Oh my.
I'm not the marshmallows. Just I'm not a big s'mores fan. So.
Oh my.
I'd rather have crunky bar peppero.
Oh my. Oh wow. All I can say, Nick.
Slow down.
You know what?
Why don't you slow down there? It's not a race.
Oh no, but
the cookie's not going anywhere.
But did I explain to you that Lisa's brownie had a layer of like toffee in the middle of it?
No, you better save one of those for me now.
Oh my.
If you eat if I see you and you've eaten all those, I am not going to be happy.
Wow.
I will leave the show forever.
Oh wow, this is delicious.
So I want one of those, and I want some of that bourbon cake.
Oh wow, this is phenomenal. The brownies. Oh wow.
All right. Well, you have
the chart, Nick. And so you want to know what, Nick? I
sure.
really hope that your final joke of the week is off the chart, just like this brownie.
I mean, it's probably off the chart. I don't know which direction off the chart, but it probably is.
Well, you know what, Nick? I don't think that I would ever expect your jokes to end up on the Billboard Top 100. So
I doubt it.
You know what the Billboard Top 100 is?
Yeah.
But you didn't know what Steam is.
I mean, not the Steam that you were referencing.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah. All right. Show's over. See
Nick, what's your final joke of the week, Nick?
No, the show's over. You said it's over.
Oh, no, it's not over until it's over.
And it's over now.
Oh, no.
Oh, all right. Well,
we can't leave without your final joke, Nick.
All right. Well, how many bakers does it take to make a pie?
Well, I'm not sure that bakers bake pie, Nick.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah. I don't know either.
Okay. Well, that's the end of the show. We'll see everybody next week.
Well, that wasn't a very good joke, Nick.
Well, in case you're wondering, though, how many bakers does it take to make a pie? 3.14.
No, I think that's another piece of fake news, Nick, because
a piece of fake news, like a piece of pie. Pretty good.
No, this is like saying that it takes like 3.14 people to screw in a light bulb.
Maybe because pie is derived from a circle. So
you're saying people are derived from pie now, Nick?
Perhaps.
What is this, like blueberry pie, blackberry pie?
Just pick a good one.
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't think that your joke would actually impress the masses, but that's okay.
What else is new?
I have a special closing segment for everyone, Nick.
Okay.
All right, Nick, are you ready?
No.
All right. See you next week, Nick.
All right.
The struggle is real.
Thanks.
This is a good one, Nick.
Thank you for watching.
That's not a decimal point, though.
Oh, yeah,
Don't forget to visit our new website at www.funnypodcastdetroit.com. We'll see you back
Oh,
here
that's
next
nice.
Monday at 10
All
p.m.
right,
for an
all
all
right.
new episode.
Yeah, isn't that nice?